Oh my god! Has everyone heard? Has anyone seen? Nintendo are actually suing Palworld. Oh boy! It's been how many years? 2 years? 2024, January. 7 months. It took 7 months. It feels like it's been 2 years. Oh my god, what the f is happening to me? So this is insane. Can you believe it? Finally, let's look at this. Let's take a look. So here we go. The actual statement by Nintendo, to whom it may concern. Filing lawsuit for infringement of patent rights against Pocket Pair Incorporated. Nintendo Company, blah 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 blah, together with the Pokemon Company, filed a patent infringement lawsuit in the Tokyo District Court against Pocket Pair. The lawsuit seeks injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. Nintendo will continue to take necessary actions against infringement of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect the intellectual properties it has worked hard to establish over the years, and do nothing with anything except Pokemon. So that's the important thing to take away from this, is this is happening in the Tokyo District Court. This is going to be a Japanese case. But here in the West, because of fair use laws, I'm pretty sure that as long as you use different wording, and it looks different enough, even though it's basically the same, you can get away with it, because if you didn't, we wouldn't be able to progress culturally as a species. Like, you take something somebody else made and you change it a little bit, and you go, I'm going to make this how I like it, I'm going to change it a little bit. And then somebody else does that, and they take it and they go, I'm going to change this a little bit. And then after 10 iterations of doing that, the 10th iteration is nothing like the first iteration. And that's just how we as humans culturally develop, right? It's the 3 stages of learning. You have imitation, integration, and you have imitation, integration, and iteration. It's the 3 stages of learning. First, you see something, and you imitate it. You try to do what they do, right? You see a favorite YouTuber, you try to make videos like that YouTuber. Then you have the integration stage. After you've imitated something long enough, you integrate it into yourself, and you learn what parts of it work and don't work for you. Then, from that integration stage, once you've found what works and doesn't work, you innovate. You create something new using the parts that work and adding your own to it to create a new thing from it. Those are the 3 stages of learning. That is how we learn and develop as people. That is how our culture grows. So to have fair use laws as draconic as the Japanese makes it very difficult for up-and-coming people to create something of their own, to learn how to create. It can make it much more difficult to make a cultural impact on something, to find a stepping stone to start on. With how eldritch Nintendo wishes it could enforce the policies, they'd almost make it that no one else would be allowed to make a platformer game except them, because they're the ones who made the platformer game first. And that's almost what it feels like they're going after Palworld here for. Like, we've experienced this in our society too, because of how copyright has been forced back to like 90 years or whatever now, where Steamboat Willie is finally in the public domain after so long. Like, back when Steamboat Willie was first created, it only took 20 years before something should have become public domain. Originally, copyright was 14 years, and you could file a second extension to get another 14 years on it. The purpose being so that inventors and creators could make a profit off of their inventions, but they were incentivized to still make new things. They couldn't just create one thing and coast on it for the rest of their lives. And now the industry has extended copyright so long that companies are capable of coasting off of the singular inventions of a person for multiple generations, completely defeating the purpose of what the copyright system was for in the first place. But again, this is all from a Western perspective. I really don't know much about Japanese law. I just know that this is not a good situation to be in. Like, I can only give a Western perspective on something that is completely irrelevant. But I'm going to do it anyways, because, you know, it's fun. Now, with all that yapping about law and stuff that I have literally no place to be speaking on in any kind of way, let's look at Pocket Pair's official response to this. Regarding the lawsuit. Yesterday, a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. Pocket Pair is a small indie game company based in Tokyo. Our goal as a company has always been to create fun games. We will continue to pursue this goal because we know that our games bring joy to millions of gamers around the world. Palworld was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard to make it even better for our fans. We will continue improving Palworld and strive to create a game that our fans can be proud of. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans, and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused. As always, thank you for your continued support of Palworld and Pocket Bear. Which is weird, that means Nintendo didn't send them a cease and desist first, telling them what not to do, and they just straight up sent them a lawsuit, and in that lawsuit didn't state why they're suing them, like actually why. They're gonna wait for that to go to discovery in court. So, I mean, I don't know Japanese law. Is it just a bully tactic, like Logan Paul trying to sue CoffeeZilla just because they have the money that they could just run them dry? Or is the Japanese law system so backwards that they're gonna actually be able to win this case here? They have good enough they have good enough lawyers, they have the means to do so. Is that what's gonna happen here? I couldn't possibly know. I saw this when I was on the turlet, and I was like, what the actual hell? And I felt like I needed to talk about it, because, I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about this as soon as I open up my YouTube, but I wanted to talk about it. So there you go.